iPads in school. We've got 16 iPads, some of which are on your table. They're for use with both the profoundly disabled pupils, but also with the more able children. Corey here is activating fireworks on the iPad, whereas Angel here is listening to them as they're being activated by an adult. Obviously, she needs it a lot closer because she's got a visual impairment, whereas Corey can sit at a distance from it. Also for language development, we've got what's called a language master, which you can see on your table. Basically, you pre-record the card, you speak into it, and it speaks back to you. So as you record it, it then says the word for you. I use that in a signing lesson with my children, so I show them the symbol, I say cat, I sign cat, and then they listen to the word as it's said through the language master. Okay. Switches, as Sue said earlier, obviously we've got the switches on the table. This is one of my pupils activating it. It took him 3 weeks to work out that he had to continuously hold the switch for it to keep the monkey from playing. But now he can continuously do that. But that was 3 weeks it took him to learn that. Now Angel, it might take her 3 years to learn that. And also Angel uses a different switch because she's got very low level movement in her hands. So she'll just scrape the switch to make it work. Whereas Tyler can actually bang the switch to make it work. The interactive whiteboard, you're all familiar with interactive whiteboards. There's one in every classroom in the school, there's one in every teaching classroom in the school as well, so in the science room and the cooking room. And there's also one in the studio too. Obviously they can be used for web-based activities like James is doing here, or they can be for pre-recorded activities where they press and they can change the things that are going on them. Okay. Says interactive whiteboards. I'm talking about the bee-bots and bugs here. We've all had a play with those on your table. We start off with a basic one where they just might press it to see the bug being controlled around, moves up to the actual bee-bot that you program for it to move, and then actually on the iPads we've got the bee-bot app, so for the more able pupils it can program it on the actual app so they can see it working. But pre to that you might not want to use any technology at all, you might just get them to try and move myself, so move me along the floor, walk forward. You might want to put things out on the floor for them to walk forward with instructions. So it's the pre-skills, especially for the new computing curriculum, that we need to teach children how to program things. So bee-bots and iPads are really key for that. Okay, the interactive floor mat is one of our newest pieces of technology we purchased toward the beginning of this year. It was £7,000 and it's projected onto the floor, it has a mat, and when the children stand on it, it reacts. You can set it up so that our PMLD children can do it, so that they might turn their head and the fishes will float past them in the water. Or it might be your more able students who are ambulant and can walk. We can set a quiz on it that says stand on the horse or stand on the cow, and then they can interact with it there. These children here had a fireworks show on it, so when they sat on it, all the fireworks exploded around them. We also have a large screen computer, which stands about this high, but can be raised and can fall to the floor. It can also be put flat horizontally so more children can sit around it and use it as well. It's making it accessible to all the children. Just down to another side, this is more Mrs. Wilson's side of things. This is PECs and communication. So for some of our children that don't talk at all, at the back of the room we have something you can have a look at. We have what's called communication aids. So they might carry a communication book whereby they point to symbols in it that says, well, it doesn't talk for them, but you just point to them and so that you can understand what it is that they're saying. Or they could use PECs, which is a picture exchange communication, whereby you're expecting them to take the picture off and exchange it with you. That moves up to actual talkers, whereby they can press the buttons on the talker will talk for them, up to an eye gaze